This is the Mooer MSC20 Pro guitar. What makes it pro? I don't know. I could become a rapper. Although judging by the looks of that guy, I should take up drinking for the next 10 years and sleep on a park bench. Yes, today we're checking out the Mooer MSC20, supposedly pro. Now, this is going to be a bit different from the way I've done these videos in the past. Oh, by the way, hello and welcome. My name is Elmo. Because I'm going to be playing it clean, overdriven, and then I'm going to see what I can do to improve it. I'm going to talk about how it's set up out of the box, and then I'm going to try to improve the setup, and then I'm going to play a bit more, and then I'm going to give some sort of verdict. So, a new segment in these videos where I show you how crap I am at luthiery. So, what is this? It's a 252 euro Strat type thing with a humbucker single coil, a split switch for the humbucker, popper, ash top, maple neck, roasted, and a Jatoba fretboard. Standard C-shaped neck, although it is a bit weird. Some of these necks that some of these slightly, shall we say, cheaper guitars have weird feeling contours. This one has the odd thing. I mean, it could be rounded, maybe better here. But it's fine. But it's not. It's like it's not rounded here. It's better here. It's much better here than here. So yeah, I don't know. Feels a bit odd. 12-inch radius. That's 12 inches. Bone nut 25.5-inch scale. It seems that the pickups are their own. We'll check and see what everything is like. We'll open it up a bit and see. And like I said, it has a coil split. It weighs 3.55 kilos, which is about 48 feet. So what it feels like out of the box, I've had it here for 2, 3, 4 weeks, something like that. It hasn't gotten any fret sprout, which is very nice, so it might indeed be roasted. The action feels a bit high here, so I guess it has a bit of bow, but nothing too terrible. One thing that makes it a bit more worth the money is that it comes with one of these, a bag. And the bag seems fine. I mean, nothing majorly impressive, but nothing terrible as well. Slight padding even. So let's do some sounds and then I'll talk about a bit more how it feels. Alright, so let's see, everything's working. It's the Roland Cube that I'm using for cleans. jazz playing, not all the best. Yeah, the coil splitting works, so let's swap over to the Marshall. Some slightly overdriven sounds, and then we'll see how it's set up. Alright, so let's head on over to the bench, which, looking at it, it would probably look like ass. Before I go on, I would like to say that this video is very much sponsored by the good people who support this channel in different ways. There are many different ways to do that. You can like, subscribe, comment, hype these videos and watch them till the end. If you want to give some kind of monetary support, there is a link in the description where if you buy something that way, you will support the channel at no extra cost to you, even if you just buy your strings that way. I've also linked my lesson channel in the description if you want to check that out. But above all, a huge thank you to everyone who supports the channel and lets me buy the gear that I review, so you get an honest review. Alright, so here we go. We can start with whatever, I don't know. Let's start by checking how straight the neck is, because, well, it's probably not very straight. I'm not going to start swapping the strings out on this because, yeah, I don't feel like it. First things first, this is a Harley Benton notched straight edge. Looks like this, and it's not straight. So if you plan on doing luthiery properly, you need something better than this. Also, it won't stay standing by itself, which is a bit of a bummer. You can get around it not being straight if you know how not straight it is. So I measured and I could just about get a 0.06 millimeter feeler gauge under the middle bit on a straight. I knew it was a straight table. So we can see how straight the neck is by using the feeler gauge to gauge. So first off, how straight is it? Not straight at all. Holy Jesus H effing... It's terrible. Let's see how much I can get between here. This is more than a queef of relief. I can get 0.75. Jesus. Now, one thing that I want to do with this is get to know how much this will be in terms of if I put a capo here. Because one thing you don't need is a notched straight edge. What you need is the string. And I want to know how much that is in terms of millimeters between the string and the fret. When you press down here, you have the capo pressed down. How much can you get in between? Tons. You can get tons in between. Let's see, 0.75. That shouldn't be possible. It is. Damn. Okay, this is too much. 0.1 is that moves the string. So let's adjust the neck. I forgot to find my Allen key. Where's my Allen key? So one thing you can do when adjusting the neck, get the strings out of the way. And because it's bent like this, you want to tighten the truss rod. So that would mean righty-tighty, lefty-loosey in case you can't remember. Yeah. It's in tune. Check it again. That was so much that I'll give it a second turn because it was a huge amount. Just move the string out of the way a bit and the other string as well. A second turn. 2 turns, which is kind of like presidents should have 2 terms. See how much it is. Looks like way less now, but still a lot. Yeah, still plenty. But less now. Let's turn it some more. Maybe I'll speed this up a bit because it's effing boring. Interesting to me to do though. See how it's in tune, because this will impact tuning as well. If you're wondering why it impacts tuning, is because the strings are pulling one way and the truss rod is pulling the other way. Simple. Turn off. By the way, if you've ever wondered, do these work? They work just fine. I used to wonder if they work. And then I saw Steve Vai use one. And then I thought, well, if he's using one, they probably work. Right, this is looking a bit better actually. Quite a bit better. See if we can get 0.1, 0.20. I can't get 0.20 in between. 0.15 I can get in between. Now because I know that this is bent so that on a flat surface I can get 0.06 in between. 0.15, I'll give it just one tiny turn more. When you're doing this, you don't want to be doing heavy turns so that you don't break anything. Only small ones, like a quarter of the way or something like that, until you get your Allen key stuck in this hole. Check the tuning again, just drop it a bit because that will impact the bow of the neck. Thereabouts. So, let's see how it should be, roughly. Yeah, that looks pretty good. 0.15. I can just about fit it under there. Maybe just one more turn. This is the first time I'm doing this like this. I've only ever done it by feel. Like, you know, the way that Uncle Roger says Asian cuisine should be done. With feeling. But that's a foreign concept for me because I'm a shredder. Just give it one more turn, one more time for the world. When you're tuning a guitar with a floating bridge, you can leave strings slightly under, because when you, let's say this one is slightly under, because when you tune this one down, that will raise the pitch of the G string, and this will raise the pitch of the G string as well, ever so slightly, and then you have, it's thereabouts. So let's see one more time. I should be pretty happy with this. Oh, it's looking absolutely completely different now to where we started off. 0.20. Can I get that in between? I can't. No. That's mucking about with. I can still get the 0.15. It's up, sticking just a bit. So now with the capo, I want to see what that means in terms of, if you want to do this, you have a capo but you don't have a notched straight edge, how much is it? If you have a feeler gauge, you might not have a feeler gauge. Maybe if you fold a piece of paper, let's try a piece of paper and fold it. So this is a piece of paper. Let's fold it in two and see, will it touch the string when I do this? Yes. It does just about touch the string, but you can get it to move in between with just a bit of frictions. So if you have just a piece of paper and just stick it under, that it's not entirely even, but still, that could work as a kind of guide. If you have a capo, you can use a piece of paper, just put it on the first fret, the capo, press down on the last fret, and try to stick a folded piece of paper in between the 12th fret and the string. And if there's a huge clearance there, you need to do something. If the string touches the fret, that's too close. It should be way better. Let's see how the nut is cut. I'm not going to do anything to the nut, even though it would be cut terribly. I bought a StewMac, not digital, not slotting gauge, because I like some toys as well. 0.53 on the E string, low E string. On the high E string, 0.39. It's actually pretty okay. I saw on Paul's channel, My House Studios, that he wants them to be just under 0.5. So the low E string was maybe a bit high, but nothing terribly bad. The action on the guitar is on the 12th fret. Let's see what it is. Zero that. 0.19 on the low E string. 0.11. These are really low. I need to raise those a bit. Raise them just a tiny bit. 1.4. It's a bit low to my liking, but yeah, fine. 1.87. You know, the action on my Strat is like, well, it's over 2 mil. So, which I like slightly different things on different guitars. Yeah, 1.75, that's good enough for me, at least for now, because I'm learning this stuff. So that means that the A string, I have to do a lot of these now because I don't have a string radius gauge. I'll just jump over this stuff. So the next thing I'm going to check out is how it's intonated, and you do it by you have a harmonic on the 12th fret, and you should see a note. Let's see if that's in shot now, because this is why I have the phone. That's an E, and that's also an E. It's just slightly under, but on a guitar like this, don't really care. It's really nicely intonated. One other thing that I'm gonna check quickly, just gonna turn off the phone because I don't need that anymore, is if it has any rocks. Slight rock at the really high frets, but no one really gives a toss about it. So that was a demo done and dusted. This feels like a totally different instrument. Well, not completely, but thereabouts. One more thing we have to do is see how it stays in tune with the whammy bar of doom. That's how it's in tune now. All right, so demo done, setup done. This stays in tune like nobody's business. Time for a verdict. And I don't have many criticisms. What I do have is mostly praise. And I have to say, I learned a lot during this video. And please let me know if you like the format of this. It's more informative than just me sitting here going and saying, hey, look at me shredding, man. Oh, by the way, the guitar is good. Yeah, the specs are really nice for the price. What's wrong with me today? Comes with a bag. Tuners look pretty good. And the roasted neck looks like it's roasted. Maybe I should try. I'm not going to start sanding it. I'll just assume that it is roasted. On the back, it has this thin kind of crummy thing, but yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not ideal, but then again, it's not too bad. I didn't open it up because I thought that this video was getting very long anyway. It has a switch at 252 euros. Having a switch is fine and it works. Yeah, if you're bothered with the neck contour being off on the top side, take a bit of sandpaper to it and make it more comfortable. I have no complaints about this. This is great stuff. I mean, yeah, what's not to like? Especially now that it's set up. The frets, and this rocking fret, I think it was the 14th. there's no rattle. That's how you can check if there is a problem. Slight rattle there, but then again, maybe a bit. If you play with distortion, was there something I missed here? Tiny bits of rock. Maybe a tiny bit there. Yeah. Brilliant guitar. What can I say? The nut pretty well cut, it would seem, and because it stays in tune without lubing it, that would speak to the nut being pretty well cut. It does have no string tree on the G string, which means you get that kind of noise. Sorry. So that rings out a bit, but no biggie. What can I say? I can recommend this. Other alternatives would be a Jet of some sort, an E-Art of some sort, a Harley Benton SD Modern Plus, which costs more, but has slightly better parts, in my opinion. The neck on those is a bit weird as well. This actually looks a lot like that. A Sire, what else is there? A Cort G110, which is cheaper than this. Yeah. The used guitar market is absolutely flooded with great stuff these days. Just brilliant. If you want to check out my video on the top cheap guitars in the world, that video is here. I do hope you consider supporting the channel via the link in the description. If you want lessons, please check out my lesson channel. But above all, I hope you have a nice day. Take care. See you. Goodbye.